Hello everybody, happy holidays. We're gonna be doing the annual Soft Glam holiday look. This time I'm gonna be featuring my Pat McGrath Bronze Seduction palette. I'm gonna try and recreate a look that I made a few weeks ago when I first got this palette, and I loved it so much. It was one of my favorite looks that I'd ever created. So I'm gonna try and do something like that, but maybe step it up like a little bit more, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be doing a full face, which I haven't done for a very long time, so let's get started. So I've already primed my face today. I used the Supergoop Glow Screen, which I absolutely adore. Too bad they're not cruelty free anymore. I'm gonna have to find another sunscreen brand. If you know of any good cruelty free ones that does the same thing as the Glow Screen, please let me know, because I'm a little bit heartbroken that I can't use that one anymore. But I use that to prime my face. Usually I would go in with my foundation using a little bit of moisturizer, but I found since using the Glow Screen I haven't needed to do that. So the foundation I'm going to be going in with is the Rare Beauty one. I do really love this foundation still. After more than a year now of having it and using it, I still really love it. I don't go for foundation every single day, but when I do, this is usually the one that I go for. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go in with foundation first. I'm gonna do my concealer first and then put foundation over that. So for the concealer, I'm using two. So I'm using the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid one from Colourpop and the Rare Beauty concealer. This one is for brightening. This one is for concealing. So actually, I'm just gonna use this one as a start just to conceal my blemishes. Just concealing any kind of redness or blemishy areas that I want to conceal. My face is not as happy as it usually is, but oh well. Is this concealer too pink for me? In the natural light, it kind of looks a little bit too pink for me. I always thought I was a cool neutral undertone, but now I'm not so sure because I see like a lot of green in my skin. So I think I might actually be like a very light olive. I hate the lighting in Sephora. It tricks you. Like you go in there and you match yourself to that lighting, and then you go outside and start using the foundation or the concealer or whatever you're getting. And then all of a sudden it doesn't match you anymore. And I know that they say that you should go out and like check it in natural lighting to see if it actually does work for you, but who has the time to do that? Like, oh no, is there another protest outside? They haven't blocked off the street, so I don't think there's a protest or anything happening. Full speed ahead, I guess. All right, that matches just fine. And because the Glow Screen does a really good job at hydrating, I feel fine just putting this on my skin, just straight onto the skin. I don't usually do more than one pump. Or like one dip into the thing, because I don't really feel like I need more than that. And then going in also with a wet sponge just helps really make it even lighter, you know? Doesn't settle into my fine lines. It's really just kind of perfect. I don't really feel like I'm wearing foundation when I wear this one. There is a protest outside, but they're not coming this way, thank goodness. You might still hear them though. Get rid of whatever excess foundation is on my skin, because I don't want this to look super thick and cakey on my skin. I want it to look nice and light. Soft glam, you know, soft. Oh, I do love this foundation though, it's so nice. And it's amazing how the glow from that sunscreen is still shining through, Beautiful. Okay, we're good. Foundation applied. Next with contour, I'm using the KKW contour stick in light medium. I got this off of a recommendation from Alexandra Anele, and honestly, I had never intended to buy any kind of KKW product until I tried this. This is actually freaking amazing. So I'm just gonna go into the hollows of my cheeks with that. And I know it looks dark, but it's fine. It blends out beautifully. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit in my temples because I like to accentuate my temples, and then a little bit across the forehead, like that. I like to do my nostrils a little bit. I like the shape of my nose, so I don't really feel like I need to change anything about it. I just like to go in a little bit to the nostrils, a little bit under the chin, like here. Push that back a little. I actually do really like doing it in the mouth. So like on the edge of the mouth. And underneath. And a little bit up top. Classic contouring face, but we're gonna take a brush now and blend it all in and start with my cheeks. And I want to kind of go down with it because I really want to define that cheekbone. Do you see how well that blended in? Like, I'm not really worried about the color being too dark because it just blends out so beautifully. This contour stick is just phenomenal. I said before, I never expected to like a KKW product, but this is freaking amazing. Look at that. Sculpted. Okay, next we're going. Gotta blend in that neck. Put a little bit too much underneath here, but you know what, whatever. It's fine. It blends so well. Like, look at that. Oh my. It just pushes that area back in space so it looks a little bit more chiseled, right? And underneath, it doesn't really matter that much because nobody's looking under there. So yeah, chiseled, sculpted, snatched. Now let's go into the temples. This I'm trying to be a little bit more concentrated with because I don't want it to go out of control all over my forehead. Just want it to stay in that corner. And it's okay if you want to bring it a little bit into the eyebrow space, like underneath the brow bone. I usually like to do that. I honestly can't remember if I usually do contour or highlight first. It really depends on the day. Sometimes I do highlight first, sometimes I do contour first, but Now forehead. This one can sometimes get a little bit too dark, so I'll go in with my foundation sponge and fix it up a little, but it's actually blending out really nice. It's pushing that area back in space so it doesn't look as prominent because I have quite a large forehead. Yeah, that worked. That worked super nicely. All right, finally, I'm gonna take a smaller brush. Sorry if you can hear my boyfriend is playing Ori and the Will-O-Wisps. I'm just gonna take the tip of my foundation sponge and just blend that in. That game is really hard though. I played the first one, at least a little bit of the first one, and I loved the first one. But that fucking Ginzo tree, like trying to get up that Ginzo tree with the freaking water coming in after you, oh my god, that was so difficult. I was swearing so much. My mom was not happy. I wanted to throw that Xbox controller out the freaking window. Okay, mouth contour done. Now, nose. Just the nostrils. Just the nostrils. I love that. I really like the look of just contouring around the nostril because I like the shape of my nose, so I don't really feel the need to do anything to it, but I just bring a little bit of darkness around the nostrils to just sculpted, snatched. I like that. See, and it blends out so beautifully that it looks really natural. Like there's not a whole lot of stuff on my face. I absolutely adore this this contour stick. It's phenomenal. Next for highlight, I'm taking my Rare Beauty concealer, and this is in a shade lighter than me, so it works perfectly well as a highlight. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on the tops of my cheekbones and in the middle of my nose here. Any areas that you want to bring forward in space is what Alexandra was talking about. She's an excellent teacher. And then up here, a little bit. My chin is already very forward in space, so I don't want to do that. I think I'm okay just leaving it there. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna do for highlight. So I'm gonna take my sponge I'm gonna start blending that in. And I want to be a little bit concentrated with this as well because I don't want it to go all over the place, you know? I want it to stay where I've put it. And I wiped off the foundation sponge of the contour before doing this, so it's not actually mixing. All right. Now here. I love the effect. Look at that. Look at that highlight. Oh, so pretty. I love this concealer. I love using this concealer for this. Exactly this is adding highlight to my face. It's getting a lot sunnier outside, so I'm gonna have to adjust the camera in a second here. And it still looks like skin, like there's still so much shine to the face, even though I have product on, like it's so beautiful. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Actually, do I even need it? Can I just use what's left on here to just add a little bit of brightness onto the nose? That might be fine. Yeah, that looks like it worked. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Next, I'm just gonna powder a little bit. I'm using two different powders. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury, what's left of it, because it's very nearly gone. But I used so little of it that I can probably manage to make this work for me for another year or so. I'm gonna put a little bit of this underneath my eyes. I find this powder works really nicely under the eyes. I don't like to put it all over the rest of my face because it does have talc in it, so I don't want to risk like inhaling that. Next, and this is something that I like to do just to add extra hold to my face, I'll take a little bit of this setting mist from Rare Beauty. I got a new one yesterday. I do really love this setting mist. It smells so nice, you know? It smells so nice and the mister's really nice. It's a beautiful setting mist. Really love it. All right, so I'm gonna take next my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This is in the shade Breezy. And basically throw that everywhere else. I like using this one all over my face because it doesn't take away from the shine. It's just a really light, beautiful powder that gives me enough hold, like it actually sets my makeup without taking away any of the shine. Like the luminosity still comes through in my skin even after I've applied the powder. It's brilliant. It's a phenomenal powder. Okay, so the last face thing before we start doing eye stuff is the bronzer. I'm going to use the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. They're also not cruelty free, so I cannot recommend this product. But just for the sake of getting through this, I'm focusing it mostly where I've added that contour and then along the edges of my face. Just to bring some warmth back into the skin. And then up here where we added that other contour. A little bit in the temples. I'm not taking too much. I'm literally just tapping a couple of times. I want to make sure that hairline is nicely blended too. You don't want just a line of lightness between where you've put that contour and where your hairline starts. So we're gonna start the eyes with the eyebrows. I'm gonna take my Glossier Boy Brow here, and there's not a whole lot left in here, but I'm trying to basically get all of my usage out of this product while I can. Waste not. I'm taking that and I'm just going to brush it first through backwards, just to coat as much of these as I can and just to provide a general shape. And then I'm gonna go through and brush it out. Nice. Same thing on this side. Just cleaning up around the brows using this brow brush because some of the brow gel went rogue and decided to make a home on my forehead. So we're just cleaning that up. So for my eyes, I'm just gonna prime with my Viseart Seamless Eye Primer. We're primed and prepped. Right, I'm gonna do my very best not to drop this palette, but for anyone who doesn't know, this is what it looks like. It is beautiful. It is one of the most stunningly beautiful palettes that I've ever owned or seen. First, I'm gonna go in with the shade Entrapment, which is this brown shade right here. Here we go again with the sirens. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Entrapment, which is this brown shade right here. I'm gonna take that on my Luxie 205, and I'm gonna focus that above my crease in the outer corner. I have hooded eyes, so I just create more of the focus in the outer corner above my crease. Hooded eyes. I have hooded eyelids, not so much hooded eyes. So you can still see some of my eyelid space. It's just a little bit obscured by my eyelid. These really are some of the most beautiful eyeshadows I've ever used. Like, I'm not surprised that they cost this much because they are just phenomenal. And just build it up until you get the desired opacity. It's not gonna get super dark just because it's not a dark shade, so. I do also really like to blow out my eyeshadow into my like temple area. Not like a lot, but like enough to create drama, you know? It's the way that I get around the hooded eyelid situation because it won't show up on my eyelids, but it will show up everywhere else. I know that I did a bit of a question asking on Instagram a little bit ago. That video is coming. I will film it probably in the new year. I'll do another round of question asking and give people more chances to ask questions, and then we'll film the video in the new year. So yeah, it's coming. I have not forgotten about it. Using a smaller Luxie brush, this is my Luxie 237. I'm taking the shade Disobedient, this darker brown, and I'm putting that in the outer corner. And I'm gonna blend that outwards into the crease and just above the crease. Just with a really light hand, I'm blending that outwards. I definitely want like a bit of a diagonal here. I wanna pull my eyelid, I wanna pull my eyes this way. Again, that's how you get past the hooded eyelid situation. Look how stunning these blend. Oh my God. Definitely went in with a bit less on this one, but we'll match it. We'll get it to match. I can't get over how well these eyeshadows blend. It's just unbelievable, out of this world. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that shade, this one, I can't remember what it's called, the lighter brown. Same thing on that Luxie brush, that big Luxie brush, and I'm gonna put a little bit in the inner corner. I'm gonna create a little bit of a halo eye here. I feel like I shouldn't have brought it in so much on the top, but you know what? We're gonna work with it. It's gonna work out for us. You can either join it in the middle or not up top. It's totally up to you. I'm just stamping that in to really just get the concentration there and then blending it out. Okay, now back with that smaller Luxie brush, the Luxie 237. I'm taking a bit more of that Disobedience, just a tiny, tiny bit. I'm like barely touching the shadow. And I'm going in with that, just stamping it on the inner corner. I'm not doing much blending here. I'm just very lightly, with ever so light a hand, blending it into that inner corner. And smoking that out. Very light, as if you're sketching. And the same thing this side. Stamp, stamp, stamp. And then lightly sketch outwards with it. All right, next with my big Luxie brush, I'm not putting anything else on it. I'm just going to come in here, blend it out even more, and connect along the top. If you can connect even, like if you can't, that's fine. But, or if you don't want to connect, I'm just using whatever's left on that brush and pulling those two colors towards each other, like that. Next, we're gonna go into the lower lash line. I'm taking that lighter brown shade and pulling that along the outer corner and connecting that at the outer corner with the shadow on the top. I'm definitely concentrating this in the outer corner, really blowing it out. And again, with that smaller Luxie brush, I'm taking the darker brown Disobedience and stamping that into the outer corner. And then again, just very light, sketchy motions as you blend that out. And you can kind of do this with whatever browns you have in your collection. It doesn't have to be this specific palette. You can use whatever light and dark brown you want to achieve this look. And the same thing with when we're gonna go in with the glitters, you can just use whatever glitter that you have or want to achieve this same kind of a look. So I'm gonna keep this look with just 3 shadows. I'm gonna go in with the VR Fire Opal. That's this really beautiful astral shade in the corner here. The green to pink or green to red or whatever it is. It's this just absolutely stunning freaking shade. And I'm basically just gonna put that all over my lid. And again, you can use whatever shimmer you want. I just really like this one. I found that there's also very minimal fallout with this palette with these shimmers, so that's why I kind of did my my face first before going in with the shimmers. There's a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna take my Morphe M438, the same one I used for my powder. I'm just gonna push this away. Push all those stray glitters away. This eye had a lot more fallout than this one. So I said I was gonna keep it at 3, I lied. I'm gonna take this lighter shade in the corner here, this shimmer. Astral Luna Gold is what that's called. So it's this one in the bottom corner. And I'm gonna take that on my pinky finger, just a little bit of it, and I'm gonna stamp it on the inner corner. Just add a little bit of highlight there. Oh my God, oh my God. Just a little. I don't want it to be too overpowering. I'm also gonna take a little bit on my brow bone as a highlight. Oh shit, oh shit. That's intense. Oh my God. You can't really see it when you're looking forward at me, but once I turn my head, you can see that. Just, oh. Ooh. Yeah, I kind of love this eyeshadow palette. I kind of freaking love it. But I'm not taking any shimmer on my bottom lash line, so this is pretty much it for the eye look. And again, you can recreate this with whatever browns and shimmers that you have in your own collection. It's a really easy kind of just halo eye that it just pulls your eyes out a little bit more. Works really, really well if you have hooded eyelids or just hooded eyes in general. If you focus that eyeshadow in the outer corner and blow it out towards your temples, it's gonna pull your eyes out this way and you can still see the eyeshadow. We're nearly done. I'm gonna take some mascara now, and I use 2 different mascaras. So I like to use one for my upper lashes and one for my bottom lashes. Sneak peek, I use the Rare Beauty for my top lashes and then the Covergirl Lash Blast Clean for my bottom lash line. I do love this one so much for the bottom lashes. I don't like it so much for the top. I find that it's like, on those days when I want to be super natural and I don't want a whole lot of eyelash action, I will go in with this on my top lashes. But for the most part, I like to keep it on the bottom because it really just lengthens out beautifully. No spidery, because I hate the spidery look on my bottom lashes. So this one just keeps them really like kind of thin and just perfectly defined on the bottom lashes without making them look spidery. So let me just go in with that so you can see. Let me actually zoom you in a little. I really adore this Rare Beauty mascara. It's just amazing. It's definitely my new favorite mascara. Yeah, close up you can really see I went ham with the sparkle. You don't have to go so intense with the sparkle if you don't want to. I just did because I wanted to, so you don't just use a Pat McGrath palette and not go for sparkle. So there's the top lashes done. Now going in with the Covergirl for the bottom lash line. It's just so pretty. It just gives a super like kind of natural look. It just extends what's already there without making them super spidery and awful. There we go. We're done. We're done with the eyes. Look how pretty. Look how pretty the eyelashes turn out with those two mascaras. Stunning. All right, now we just need lips, blush, and highlight, and we are done with this really pretty holiday makeup look. Both of my cheek products are from Colourpop, so I wanted to do this video and include a very good mix of affordable and high-end stuff. And all of the high-end products that I use today could easily be replaced with lower-end drugstore stuff, and you'll get the same results. So for my blush, I'm going in with the Colourpop and Kathleen Lights I Need Space blush. It's a really beautiful, just like kind of neutral colored blush. And I'm focusing that on the tops of my cheekbones out towards my temple. I don't want to bring that in too much because I don't want to push my cheeks down because we've added that highlight with the Rare Beauty concealer before, so I don't want to take away from that. This blush I find is pigmented enough to give you color, but it's really easy to just keep it in the place that you put it down first without it going overboard. It's a very usable and neutral blush. It's good for like almost every occasion. This is the blush that I find myself constantly being drawn to because it's just so good. It's just so freaking good. It's like the perfect neutral blush that works with everything. Beautiful, look at that. And then the highlight I'm gonna use is the Barbie Colourpop Super Shock. If I can ever open this. This is the one thing about this product is it's so fucking hard to open. That's what it looks like. It's just a gorgeous, like, kind of sandy bronze highlight. It's really pretty. I'm just gonna take some of that on my finger. Would not recommend using a brush with this highlight, but I'm just gonna tap that along. I'm gonna take it a little bit on the brow bone as well, just to add some shine to that sparkle. It's just a really lovely kind of natural highlight. This is actually my first Super Shock shadow. I don't have any others. This is my only one that I have. And I can see why people are so obsessed with this, to be honest, because it is very good. Yeah, see, it's just the most natural, beautiful shine that it adds to the face. It's nothing like overpowering. You can go in with sparkle if you want to, but I've added enough sparkle on my eye that I think I'm just gonna keep the cheeks clear of that, and just go with this kind of natural glow from within shine. And finally the lips, I'm gonna go in with two products. First, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade Pillow Talk. I'm gonna overline a little bit. I love this lip liner so much. The lipstick, the Pillow Talk lipstick is kind of meh to me, but I do really love the lip liner. All right, and then for actual lipstick, I'm going in with the Rare Beauty Lip Souffle in the shade Fearless. And that is where we will leave the look. I really love how this turned out. The pairing with the blush and the lips and the eyes is just, I think, perfect. It's one of my favorite looks I have ever created. I think it's just absolutely stunning. The intensity of the green shimmer on my eyes just like I don't know, I just really love this look. It's the perfect kind of halo eye, and it's really beautiful for any kind of holiday party that you're going to without it being like too dramatic and overboard. It's just like the perfect soft glam look for me. And literally any one of these steps you can just take out if it's just like too much for you. Like if you don't want to do your contour, if you don't want to do highlight the way that I did, you can still kind of achieve the same kind of look. You don't have to go like the full shebang to achieve something like this. So yeah, I just really love how it turned out. I think it's really beautiful. Let's take that off and see how it looks without it. Yeah, I really love this look. I think it turned out beautiful. It's like it's my perfect kind of go-to holiday makeup. And you can do it with foundation or without foundation, to be honest. Like if you have an aversion to foundation, if you don't want to use foundation, just take the foundation out and just do everything else, or do nothing else and just do your eyes, lips, and blush, and that's fine. Like do however much you feel comfortable with, but this is it. There you go. Holiday look 2021. I just keep looking in the viewfinder because it just looks so pretty. I just love this look so much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this gave you some ideas as to what you could do for your own holiday looks. If you do end up following along with this tutorial or creating your own holiday looks inspired by this video, please tag me because I want to see all of your holiday looks, all of your pretty makeup looks for the holiday season. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And again, I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Happy holidays, everybody.